Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I haven't been doing this for some time. Quite a few of you reached out to me and you wanted me to do a few things, so here I am. Apologies for that, but things do happen in life. I guess as the title says, I'm going to be talking about oily skin. But before that, if you are not subscribing, please do press subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe and help me out, right? I guess as the title says, we are going to be talking about oily skin. Now, I think oily skin gets a really bad rap because there's nothing wrong with having oily skin. Oily skin is a genetic disposition, and essentially it just means that your skin creates enough sebum to protect your face and keep it moisturized. That's all it is. What you don't want is when you step into the territory of excess oil, right? And that's what kind of leads to blemishes, breakouts, and just your face looking like it's on a pan. It's greasy, it's oily, right? And that's what you don't want. A majority of the time, you cannot get rid of oily skin, but what you can do is maintain and control it, right? And some of the ways in which you get that excess oil, like this mass oil production going on your face, is actually self-inflicted. So first thing is the products which people use. A lot of people don't actually know what products to use generally for their skin, and people tend to use things that are too harsh, strip your face and get rid of your natural oils. And what happens is that your skin feels threatened and it feels like it needs to protect it. So it goes into this overdrive. It's like, I'm going to produce more and more oil, right? So that's one thing. Second thing, and I think this is actually the most common, is that people assume that if you have oily skin, the best thing to do is to wash your face 100 times. Okay, exaggeration, but 3 to 4 times a day. And actually, same thing happens in scenario one. Your face gets confused, it gets threatened, and it starts to produce more and more oil. Number three, most people like to avoid this kind of discussion, is your diet. If you're eating a lot of food with oily foods, saturated fats, sugar, that will have an impact on the amount of oil your skin is releasing. That's just that, right? There's no way around it. Third thing, and I guess this kind of falls under products, but more importantly, is moisturizers. A lot of people use heavy oil and cream-based moisturizers, and they don't realize that actually this has an effect, because what happens is that your skin doesn't absorb it quick enough and your pores become clogged, and we're back at it. Oil production is just going on, and that actually leads to more dirt and bacteria growth, which kind of causes these blemishes and these breakouts, right? And that's what we're trying to avoid. So I guess we could do this a multitude of ways, but how I'll start off is actually with the kind of products in terms of what you use to wash your face. So in terms of washing your face, what you really want, you want kind of washes and cleansers that deeply wash your face, but they are not stripping your skin, they are not getting rid of your natural oils. That's base level what you want, and you really need to be looking out for these words when you're buying these products. Gentle, mild, don't dry your skin, don't strip out oils. And that's the thing, a lot of companies are actually very explicit in that. So if you're not doing that already, then really you're playing yourself. That's the truth, right? You are playing yourself, and that's that, right? So and I know you guys have probably seen me talk about this before. Antibacterial soaps are really good. Antibacterial soaps do get the job done, and one of my favorites is Valdama. Really good soap, gets it done, doesn't dry out your skin, and that's that. In terms of cleansers, another thing which I use that guys don't laugh at me, it's a bit battered, but it kills Ultra Facial Cleanser. Now this is really good, especially for the fact that it is mild and for all skin types, have a small amount of emollients in it, and it has avocado oil and vitamin E. But most importantly is that it actually helps you maintain your pH balance, which is something that's really important, right? So those are two products I would recommend. Again, please look for yourself and find other things, because everyone's skin is different. In terms of toners, and I cannot stress this enough, toners are extremely important into getting your skin a bit more cleaner. There's been many a time where I thought I thoroughly washed my face and I've got like a little pad with a bit of a toner on it, and I've been like, actually my face is actually a bit dirty. They get down, they help you unclog your pores, which is really important to kind of prevent oily skin. And again, they help you maintain your pH balance. You really want to stay away from alcohol based toners, and you want stuff that's very light. You want something that kind of helps you attract and keep moisture into your skin. So, I mean, what I would recommend is the Kiehl's cucumber. This one is, you know, really good. Kiehl's cucumber, alcohol free, keeps the moisture in, right? Other things, other products which you may want to consider using is micellar water. So this is really good for making sure your skin gets that deep kind of clean. It is a water-based substance, and it's really good. Again, kind of same narrative as the rest. Does not strip or dry out your skin. Again, good for all skin types. So please do invest in it. It's really good, especially if you have oily skin. And you know, when we get onto exfoliating, right? So I mean, I've said this before. I don't believe in using kind of brushes because again, they are extremely tough on the skin, and what happens again, like I said, your skin goes into this overdrive. It's like, I'm going to produce more oil to protect it. So rubber exfoliants, really soft, really gentle, and you know, they're really cheap as well as being more hygienic. So again, look into those. Right, so moisturizers, that's really important. And again, a key thing is that you really want to be trying as hard as you can to use an oil-free moisturizer or something that's very non-greasy. Because what happens, like I've said before, is that your skin just can't absorb it, leads to clogged pores, and then you're just having all this bacteria growth happening. So one thing that I would recommend, and you know, I'm sure you guys have seen it before in my other videos, if you're new, well, welcome to it, is the aloe vera gel. And again, this is really good. Aloe vera naturally is a humectant. It kind of moisturizes your skin, but really importantly is that it absorbs excess oil, dirt, and bacteria from your skin. So this is something that you want, right? So you want to use that. Another product is glycerin. Now, glycerin, again, very similar to aloe vera, is a humectant. And what a humectant means, actually, because I've just been saying it, is that it either retains kind of moisture on your skin, or it actually draws moisture from the air around you onto your skin. And when you have oily skin, keeping your skin hydrated is one of the most important things that you can do, right? Because you don't want to use something heavy, you want to be able to use something light, still keep your skin moisturized, right? To kind of make sure that your oil production just stays at whatever its normal level is, right? So I mean, I actually use glycerin and rose water. So this is a Boots kind of traditional product. You know, very little to like none in terms of like ingredients. It is like so basic in that sense, and it's really good, right? It's stuff that they use on babies and kids, and you know, you should also use it. Other products which I'm familiar with is the Effect Matte by La Roche-Posay. There is also the Neutrogena Hydro Water Boost. So this is a water gel, which again are actually good, and they're, like I said, they're away from the kind of oil kind of stuff. And you should also look at hyaluronic acids. Look for products with those. Now the thing is, no one ever really talks about how these kind of products, what your skin looks like after. Most of them are extremely light. So if you are black like myself, or you are, you know, dark, whatever, I'm just going to use the word dark as a catch-all term, what happens is that you may feel like your skin still looks a bit dry before your kind of normal oil production kicks in. So generally what you should be doing is applying after all of this SPF. Now you should be using SPF every day, but you know what, if not, if only for this one case, put it on, because what happens is that sometimes these lotion serums are not heavy enough on your face and your face looks a bit dry. So you want to put on a bit of SPF, protect your face a bit further, right? I mean, in terms of SPF that I use, look, I use a drugstore SPF. It costs less than £9. It's really good. I've tried a multitude of SPFs that have been expensive, and all of them have been very greasy, made me break out. And this one, I think it's like £9 or something, has just done the job. So, I mean, your choice in SPF it's really up to you. Acids. Do not be afraid of acids. Salicylic acid, if you have oily skin, is probably your best friend in the whole wide world. Salicylic acid is a BHA, and BHA stands for beta hydroxy acid. They are really, so this is like a really made up of really small components, and it's an oil soluble. So what it does, it actually breaks through the dirt, the oil, the bacteria, and really manages to get into your pores and kind of do all of that extraction, which is really important when you have oily skin, because you can't afford for your pores to be clogged. And you could get it from a wide range of places. I think the best that I've seen in terms of reviews that's also affordable is from The Ordinary Company, so that's worth having a check. Another acid is, hold on, because I always mispronounce this one and I have it right here, so I'm not going to show myself up. Glycolic acid from The Ordinary. So I recently just started using this, and this is actually not a BHA, this is a AHA, which is an alpha hydroxy acid. Now, this is actually the acid with the smallest amount of molecules, which means that unlike the other AHAs, it can actually do a kind of deep cleanse. And this is really good for getting rid of dead skin cells, which prevent unclogged pores and bacteria getting trapped underneath there. So again, this is something that you should use. In terms of acids, which I always kind of recommend, I do not use any two acid in the same day. And also you need to look at percentages. Now, many retailers will tell you that you should go up in percentage as you use it. I personally disagree, because I think sometimes just because your skin gets used to something doesn't necessarily mean it's good. So I have relatively, continued to use small percentages. And you also want to look at the recommended usage. I personally believe for both of them, you shouldn't be using them any more than twice a week. Aside from acids, there are also clay masks. Clay masks, again, are really good if you have oily skin. They kind of take away all that excess oil. They unclog your pores, all the impurities. And again, it's really up to you to, when looking at these clay masks, to find out what's really best for you. I have one from Lush called the, Mask of Magnanimity or something like that, I believe it's called. I'll write it down below. And I also have my turmeric ones, which are both clay based. So they kind of do the job. But I think, you want to follow this kind of general theme of when looking at products to actually see, is this okay for people with oily skin, right? That's what you want to be looking at. So definitely have a look at that. And in terms of a step-by-step, because I always get kind of asked this question, what should I really do if I have oily skin? Right, so based on everything that we've kind of said before, you wake up in the morning, you wash your face, you can either, you just want to make sure whatever you're washing your face with gives you a deep clean, and it does not dry out your skin. You then want to use the kind of micellar water to kind of go over and make sure you've caught like all of the dirt. You then want to go on top with a moisturizer. So remember, the moisturizers that we're looking at, they're kind of oil-free or at best non-greasy. So that's what you want to do. And after that, you want to coat it with some SPF and you want to go about your day really. And when it gets to nighttime, again, you can use another cleanser, another wash. In my opinion, for me, I would use the kind of Kiehl's cleanser, coat my face in it, take that off. I would then use a toner to make sure that my pH balance is sitting right. Following that, I would then apply salicylic acid. So once I've applied the salicylic acid and I've left it on for a bit, I'll then cover it on top with another moisturizer. And this could be any of the moisturizers. It could be the same one they use in the day or any other ones. And the whole point of this is that you want to make sure that the salicylic acid doesn't dry your face and your face is still being hydrated. So that's the kind of step-by-step. In terms of acids, again, like I've said, I would never ever use any two acids on the same day or close together. So if I use salicylic acid on a Monday and maybe a Wednesday, I would end up using my glycolic acid on maybe, let me see, a Friday and Saturday, or Friday or Sunday, right? Just make sure you get that gap. But again, once you start researching these things and looking at these products, you'll probably know what's best for you. So I hope you really enjoyed that. I hope it was useful. I tried to get through it as quick as possible. If you have any questions or comments, please leave something down below or just reach out to me. And again, if you're not, please subscribe. Bye guys, and have a good evening. Well, I'm saying good evening because this one I recorded, but have a good day, week, life, whatever you want to call it.